Hello, I'm John Joe. Welcome to Line War. Today we've got Basantos, one of the developers of the game, versus Someone Said That My Nickname Sucks. And Nickname has started right up here. Now, considering these guys are very good at this game, you might consider why he started right up in the corner. And I believe that is because he wants a trade route set up instantly. And if he's in the corner, then he's out the way, and it gives him time for his trade route to become more effective. So it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to go for an airfield, factory, 2 factories, and he's going to try and set up that eco as quick as possible. Basantos, on the other hand, is spreading out his units. He's got a factory set up with tank production, and another factory. He's switched out the production. He's going for tanks. So it looks like he's going to get this energy well up and running soon, and that's going to be what he's going to be trying to do. And I think he thinks he's safe in this direction, because the majority of the eco wouldn't be up in that direction. So Basantos starting here, he's probably guessing that Nickname is over here somewhere because there's a lot of territory. Or he could be over here because there's eco there. He's probably not wondering if he's up here right now, which is kind of funny because that's exactly where he is. So he's got another factory being built right now. Got a good lot of eco, so we've got 350. They are from the towns as well. From Basantos going for an expanse, he's on 284. So he's technically behind on eco, but he's going to have more units at the start to spread out more. And Nickname's going to get trapped very soon. But with the eco boost that he'll be able to push out pretty easily, hopefully. I think that's the plan. He's trying to spread out to make sure that he doesn't get trapped. He's got some units going this way, and he's going to try and cut in through there. It looks like he's got aircraft doing a sweep of the curvature of the radius of his actual airfield. So he's literally trying to do that, but it's out of range, I think. And he's doing it again differently. There we go. And the interceptor is off. He's using an interceptor to unveil more area. I believe they've got a bit more vision than strikers, but they definitely uncover stealth better than strikers, so I've been told. He's spotted the units there, and the interceptor's been called back. Don't know if Basantos can see that interceptor. I don't think he did. I think that's fine. He's got away with it. However, these tanks are still roaming free. I'm not sure why he's sending them this way just yet. He might be just trying to use them to capture some territory until they build up in numbers. But we'll have to see. I think it's partly because... I know why. Because the enemy's been spotted over here. It's the only place he can build the energy is here, which is really not in a good position for him. It could quite easily get destroyed. So he's sending his tanks down this way to capture this territory faster. I believe that's the logic there. He must have spotted the interceptor. He's got some sand being produced right now. And straight after 2 tanks, usually you'd have more tanks, but seeing air units over there, I think he's decided not to do that. Nickname is setting up these docks now, so he's got 2 setting up straight away, and one's built. Yeah, when the other one's built, they'll start producing those trade ships, which will be great for his economy. But it is putting him fairly behind when it comes to expanding. So if we look at the economy, we can see that land from Basantos is 180. So he's got 380 in total. Whereas Nickname has actually got more land, apparently. So he's got more eco by land as well. So it's not just that, but he's got 222 eco by land. Which I was not expecting that. I think that's partly because he went for tanks first, which probably holding him back a little bit on the expanding idea, but I'm not sure. Either way, Nickname definitely has a good lot of eco right now. This is nearly ready to be built. I very much doubt he's going to get this trade route set up, because that's going to have to go through Basantos or surround him and make it secure, and it's not going to be easy to secure. But Basantos is pulling back. He's retreating. He's not willing to commit to an engagement here. He probably could take them out, but he doesn't know what reinforcements are going to come in. He knows that there are air units involved. And he doesn't want to lose his main force that's stopping them from advancing. But he spotted two that's straying off a bit, and he's going to try and advance to take those two out while he can. And they are moving in over there. And it looks like he's tried to join in over here. And when they step in there, it looks... I think they stopped conquering the territory. Yep, so these units in here stops the conquering of that territory, which means they're going to go straight into the attack here. And the artillery is setting up. But Basantos is running backwards now. He's trying to retreat. And while the attack's going on here, Nickname is sending some infantry across down this way. He's already got commandos in over here to capture some territory just in case he couldn't quite get in there. So the trade route's set up, but it's not actually providing the income from the trade route itself yet. He is planning to cross the water, so he's got navy yards set up. He's trying to get some more commandos over there to capture the territory quicker by the looks of things. Basantos' infantry are advancing towards the artillery. They are spread out in a line against that, so it should be quite easy for him to take out some of these. I'd probably, because they're so little units, I'd probably use a circle command. And then have him target this artillery specifically so it can't get away, and they're going to keep advancing towards the line after that. We have a lot of SAM units coming in right now, and I don't know if Nickname actually has much air units to use. He does still have the commandos and stuff like that to get through, which is great use of an airfield, but he's only got one helicopter and an interceptor. So I think Basantos heavily went into anti-air, and I don't think he really needed to. But he doesn't know that. He's trying to prepare for the worst, and that is great. But I remember once Infenzia, the other developer of the game, went into air quite heavy at first, surprised the enemy with one attack, and then switched out air and never used it again, so the enemy built a lot of anti-air units. Which I thought was really smart. But I think Nickname could do that right now, but I don't think he will. He's definitely needing to get his commandos out, which is great. He's got an energy well over here, which was really good timing, because he's just about to run out of energy, and that's nearly built. That's why he jumped over there. It wasn't for the eco or the territory. He really needed some energy. So, at the minute, Nickname has good control over here, has good eco, but he's only got vision on this small part of the map. Which is good and bad. It means he only has to focus on this area of the map as well. But Basantos has to worry about where and what Someone Said That My Nickname Sucks is doing. But he's also trying to expand all the way over here and trying to make sure that he does capture all the territories. He's got some energy over here as well, and he does have some territory over there to claim. Wow, and over in this section we have a fair amount of units trying to rush forward towards this section so that Nickname can't get through here. And I think Basantos is trying to stop him from getting into this section to try and hold off his economy. But unfortunately, I don't think he knows, obviously, that the commandos over here have already got the territory that he needs. We have an interceptor coming in, which is going to get a good scout for Basantos. He's going to know what's going on there. The interceptor does pretty much reveal everything. We've got a trade route set up. Basantos now knows about that trade route. He's figured out what's going on, and he's pulling back his interceptor before it goes down. It's a cruiser that's coming out of that navy yard as well, by the looks of things. The interceptor came in to try and intercept, and it didn't quite work, so it's just coming back now. Pull back in. We have a nice curve of infantry here approaching this lot of units. And although the SAM unit's minigun does attack infantry pretty well, they really aren't that cost effective against infantry. So I'd definitely be pulling that SAM unit back. I tried to win a few games using SAM units only to try and beat even people using infantry. And it didn't really work out in my favour, so I don't even consider SAM to be very good at beating infantry. So now we seem to be at a standoff. We've got a lot of units building up over in this section. Basantos is literally just trying to stop him from getting through over here so that he can claim it instead. Or even just deny the enemy that territory. But I do think it's kind of funny that Nickname is already over there, quite well established, and Basantos is not trying to capture it, he's just trying to stop the enemy. But if he did try and capture it, Nickname would actually be in quite a bit of trouble there. So he's spreading out some SAM units across the coastline here to make sure that they don't get taken out, or surprised or scouted again. Got the commandos being dropped off in the top corner of this map. I don't know how far Basantos is in that area. He's trying to push his units forward with capture commands, which is going to leave them a bit spread out, and Nickname might be able to do something about that. See if he takes advantage of it. Basantos is feeling a bit brave, putting an energy well over here. And it won't be long until Basantos realizes, if not already, that Nickname is up here already. So he's setting up energy all over. He's got his wires connecting to his storage, and that's sending the energy through, and they're all working together, which is great. Well, not this one yet, but it will do soon. But Nickname has spotted it, and he's going to be trying to take it out now. Got a nice strike command on it. The helicopters are coming in. There's SAM units there, though, so I'm not sure I'd send in the helicopters right now. There we go, the SAM are going to be able to take out those helicopters. They are in range of the SAM. The helicopters are striking this only. And it wouldn't surprise me if one of them goes down in this attack. It was still probably quite a good trade to take out the energy of the enemy. But I don't think Basantos should have built that one there in the first place. But it might have been just trying to draw out the enemy to see what he's got. And Basantos is now pushing forward once again. We've got some infantry over here trying to take out what they can. And there is a defense of artillery here. Basantos could potentially go around these and come in through the side of it. Trying to retreat now. And he's pulling back. Over in this direction, looks like something was taken out. He's sending helicopters that way. And he's going to be able to try and use his helicopters to take out the trade ships over there. And both players are trying to use helicopters to their advantage. Tanks have been moved in from Basantos, and those tanks are going to be pushing through the side of this defensive position. We'll have a look at their economy as time has passed. It looks like Nickname's trying to hide out in the top part of this map. Here he's spreading out some infantry. So, Nickname is on 700, well, 800 now. I just saw it change right at the last second. Basantos is actually ahead in economy. So, even with 2 towns and 2 docks, trade routes, those helicopters were spotted by the SAM units over here, and one of them was taken out. But with those trade routes set up and everything, it's Basantos spreading around with tanks and infantry, because the tanks were taking territory quite fast over in this section at the beginning of the game. It looks like Basantos was able to keep up pretty well. He's trying to sneak some artillery and some infantry around the top of this area, trying to get them through there. And if he had commandos, he might be able to sneak across these mountains over here like that. There we go, and we've got some of the Navy moving around. He spotted the energy well over here, and he's hoping that he can take that out. Over here we have a small force trying to defend what little is there. Basantos doesn't even know is there. But that helicopter might actually give it away. It's retreating. Basantos knows how the game works, so the helicopter must be retreating to some territory owned by the blue player. Nickname. So he must figure that out from that helicopter if he spotted that. The helicopters are going to move in now. There is no anti-air left in this area as far as I can tell. He's sending in strikers over here. And we have strikers coming in from this side. Even that striker there is definitely going to reveal what's going on over in that side. And there are SAMs chasing down the artillery with quite a bit of range, to be fair. They have an artillery minigun. The tank is going to try and plow through the artillery there. There's only 4 artillery, and they do have the benefit of range, but the tanks are just strong enough to tank that damage and be able to deal a lot of damage back. It's the commandos that are coming in and doing as much as they can to the back of that tank. So despite starting so close together, Basantos did not get overconfident. He still thought about what he had to do and what, like trying to cut him off from here, not realizing he already was cut off. But there was quite a lot of territory to capture back there as well. And there's a helicopter trying to take out the tanks. It's probably going to take that out. It's quite heavily damaged. And the helicopter's coming in to shoot the helicopter. Looks like Basantos has found the airfield. He's sending some units in that way to take it out. But the strikers of Nickname has come in and saved this area. The cruisers over here were attacked by the helicopters, but they have taken out this energy well as well. And the commandos are coming down, taking out any infantry that are there. And this tank has been forgotten about. Up in the top here, the tank has been forgotten about. They can't capture the territory because units are there. But the commandos can't be seen by the tank because they don't really have that much visibility. And these tanks are being blocked by commandos. The tank's refusing to run them over, which is quite polite of them, as the commandos are going to try and destroy them with what they can. I don't know if that airfield's going to survive. I think that's going to end up going down, if not with this wave, but with the next. The helicopters are coming in just to make sure it does, but they're not needed. Over in this section, Basantos is nervous that this area has no control over it. So he's setting up some defences here, just in case Nickname tries to do anything over there. But what I think Basantos has not yet noticed is that Nickname is pushing down through that side with the commandos. I have to look from his point of view. He may notice that something's going on over there, but he hasn't figured it out yet, or hasn't decided what to do yet. Nickname's energy well is under attack, and I think that's his only energy well. Yeah, he's only got 30 storage, that's 1 energy well's worth. But that goes down. Now all of Nickname's air units and navy units are down. They can't be used. They can still fire, but they can't move. Not until he gets some energy from elsewhere on the map, which means he's going to struggle for quite a bit of this map. If I were him, I'd stop the production of them. Now we have Basantos' helicopters starting to build up in numbers, making a swarm. They are going to be able to defend the energy well pretty easily against the artillery, but the SAM are moving in, pushing them away. Commandos are being sent around, probably back over here to increase their effectiveness and taking over the territory. You can see 2's over here trying to take some territory as they're all pushing down. And this tank army has pretty much taken out everything of Nicknames in this area left over, apart from the territory itself. He's trying to build some stuff to build it up again. It looks like he's found another energy well there. I didn't see that. There's quite a few here actually. There's 3. But Nickname didn't manage to conquer all of this land yet. Over on this side, once again, the SAM are guarding these artillery now, so the artillery are getting some free shots on these infantry, eventually weakening it enough to be able to break through there. That was 4 helicopters just showing them over there, and have a look from Basantos' point of view. He's trying to cross the water over here, but Nickname... How did Nickname get over there? Nickname's got a few units hidden behind the background here. I want to see if anything suspicious is happening there. I don't see it. He's just managed to claim some territory, probably with some commandos. And he's managed to build some barracks on the back. And I think he was hoping to catch Basantos out with a couple of units from behind there. But unfortunately it didn't quite work out in the long run. Over here the tanks are spotting the barracks. And there is that energy well there, which I assume Basantos will check. But unfortunately Nickname just doesn't have anything he can do with his energy-based units. He needs to build up some power plants. I think that's the only option he has right now, because every other place on the map is too highly contested for him to obtain, or just out of reach. His commandos over here are building up in quite a large amount of numbers, and they probably could do a fair amount of damage. Over on this section it looks like he's losing that fight over there. Eventually will. Anyway, the Artillery were destroyed by a quick attack from those helicopters. They retreated as soon as the job was done, and the SAM are left there pretty much exposed from the ground attacks. And over in this section, infantry and commandos are going to overwhelm that barracks, and Basantos is setting up his own barracks here to try and help increase his take of this territory. We have some transport boats to assist in transportation, essentially, to bring them over to this area to try and destroy these barracks and stop Nickname from being able to build up over there as well. But still, Basantos is not too concerned about what's going on up here yet. He's just trying to take control over what isn't quite his yet. So all this area he pretty much owns, but it's not fully in his control. And the same can be said for this side of the map. I would like to have a quick look at the economy at this point in the game, because either player could still come back from this. They got 1,200 for Basantos, and Nickname has 800. So Basantos is way in the lead, as expected, at this point, because he has so much of the land. Whereas Nickname is trying his best to keep over what's going on here. He does have another energy well somewhere, or something going on. It must be a power plant, I would have thought. No, I think he's refusing to build a power plant. He must have an energy well. Oh yeah, it's still there. I thought that had been destroyed. We have some more artillery coming down through here, and they are struggling to get through the infantry, and it's slowing them down quite a lot. And it looks like he's only got 2 more artillery in this section left over, and there's quite a few artillery to plow through, so I think Basantos is going to easily hold this energy well right now. But Nickname does have a group of infantry rushing in through this way. Take out these structures here that you can see through the fog of war. From Basantos' point of view, he does have these infantry to deal with, but I think he's able to control that in the end. He's got a cruiser over here to try and take out the structure. But the infantry are genuinely trying to shoot the ship down. And the cruiser's going to come down this way and take out this one as well now. Over in this section, the energy well of Nickname has been spotted and is now taken out, once again making his navy and air units stay grounded. I don't think in this section that he's building up a large enough force before he sends it through, but then the larger his force gets, the larger Basantos' gets as well. Over here, the commandos tried to get through this area. Basantos noticed he's put a little wall of units there to try and protect this area. And to try and stop him from being spotted, Nickname has actually put him on blue commanders, blue arrow commands for his commandos to go around the back. Because if they're on the flag commands, they'll be spotted even if you can't see them. Over here, the artillery are being overrun with infantry. Usually my favourite tactic to do. And he's going to try and push through these infantry in this direction here. The SAM will not stand a chance against these, even if they're a little bit decent against the infantry. And we've got a lot of commandos at the back here, which could push through and try and take out these infantry over there. And the force from Nickname has successfully gone through here and taken out the production, and is going for that energy well. There we go, and Santos is still trying to take over this territory. He's got some eco over here, which is not good because Nickname is right there, and he can see it as well, so he can take that out if he spots it. And Basantos is trying to get some units to go up through the top here. It's been spotted, and the aircraft are off once again. I'm not sure where his energy well is now. Ah, it's in the water, so he claimed the territory in the water there, and he's got it up and running, so that's good. And he's getting another barracks up here, trying to increase the pressure on this side of the map. These infantry are being attacked by the strikers. The strikers aren't very good at taking out infantry, but they can do it for free, so it's always worth trying if you've got the energy to do it with. They're just trying to take the territory as they go. I definitely would be focusing down that eco structure there. And to be fair, actually, I think capturing the territory is probably the better option, because I think industry is the same as one territory. So if you take away a territory, you don't need to destroy the industry. What do you think? Would you go for the industry or take out the 2 territories along the way? So the Sam are working together now to take out this force of infantry here, grouping up in the forest to take them out before they get in the forest, which was lucky because if the force got into the forest, infantry are buffed in the forest area. And the strikers come in way too far into enemy territory there to get taken out by the SAM units there. The interceptor taking a few hits there, but he's able to survive on fire, but he survives. And the SAM units here are going up against 3 infantry, and they're going to be able to take them out. But they will get overrun soon. There's artillery at the back here, some extra SAM units with the infantry. But I feel like there's got to be more going on over here, so let's have a look. Got the infantry moving in, taking on territories. There's some more industry being set up by Basantos. Navy is moving in over that way to try and take out anything that's coming through there, and the commandos have managed to sneak around the back. They are going way into the battle over here. I think they're probably going to try and figure out what this is connecting to see where Basantos started. From Basantos' point of view, his helicopters are coming in to take out nickname structures in this direction, which is fairly unprotected. And we have some more structures over here, a bit away from the sea now, so the cruiser can't get to them. But there's quite a lot of eco here too that nickname could potentially take away. But Basantos is slowly gaining control of more and more in the map. And is now putting a lot of pressure on nickname right at the front door. There's a lot of infantry here, and it looks like Basantos has a ton of energy he can use. Pretty much mostly because of this storage here, where it's all sending through there. And with this section here, he could easily send his helicopters that way. He's not got too much SAM there. Maybe it wouldn't be worth it. There's 2 there now. The stealth that I didn't spot. And we've got a lot more units coming in through this section now, so they're going to be able to try and push through there to take out nickname in another location once again. Basantos being forced to pull back. He's sending a rocket over. I did not even see that being produced. I haven't watched Basantos for a bit in this section, so that's why we got a rocket coming down on nickname right there. I think it might have been, in my opinion, to hit around this area. There's a lot of units there, but hitting the production, it is quite clumped together. I'm not sure what I would have done. A lot of heavy damage here as well. So that rocket is definitely going to hit the morale of Someone Said My Nickname Sucks as well. And Basantos is going to try and push through now. He's got his units coming in through the back here, and they're going to join into this line command, set up a complete line there. I don't think nickname has much else going on. He's got this area, but it's going to be taken out by the infantry. He does have the area over here, which looks like it's going to be put a lot of pressure on. What about nickname's commandos that may manage to get over here? They're doing alright, to be fair. But they're not in a good position to come in and do anything with that right now. So from here we have a nice curve of artillery, which is never a good thing to see against you. And the artillery is streaming into this area and being taken out as they do. The airfield is pretty much destroyed. Any damage to that and it's going to be gone. I can imagine Basantos has another rocket on the way. So I think that rocket, although it wasn't necessarily a game changer, it certainly helped push over in this direction and take nickname out. But I definitely think what was more important was trying to take out these structures and take out the land in all the directions to keep the economy going. And trying to prevent nickname from taking control of anywhere specific. He was trying to fight for certain areas of energy, and it was quite a bit of a struggle for him. I honestly don't think trade routes are viable until late in the game, but it was worth a try, trying to get this up and running really quickly. For me, it's all about the infantry capturing the territory as quick as possible. But if Basantos had started much further away, that might have turned into Nickname's favour here, where he could have got some more territories going as well. That would have been a massive boost to his economy, but unfortunately Basantos started really close to him, and now he's got a swarm of tanks here coming in. They're probably going to go straight for that airfield. Yep, they're going to plow right through it on haste. There's a helicopter coming in, but I don't think Basantos minds right now. That helicopter's not going to be enough to take out these tanks. Over here we have the energy well being targeted by some artillery, which Basantos has done on purpose there. He's bringing in some helicopters to try and take out this section. There's not much going on over there now. In this section we've got the tanks rolling over the airfield. And they are literally going around it, and it's going to go down really fast then. And we've got some more tanks coming in. And over in that section, I think Nickname has gone out at this point. And those tanks are just going to walk through the base as the infantry and artillery catch up behind. That rocket is on its way once again. It's probably going to go for this area. Maybe even further back, because he can probably be a bit more rough now. That rocket was literally heading this way. Anyway, the end of the match has been reached. I think he was trying to get his tanks out of the way so we can hit this area. But yeah, so thank you for watching. There are 2 videos on screen right now. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you around with another video. See you around, guys.